What is up, YouTube? It is Matty, and welcome to another episode in the Adaptation series. This is potentially one of my favourite series because it allows us to see what happens when a plan doesn't work out, because in the fair play community, as you know, you can spend hours working on a plan and then one thing can just mess you up, whether it's the queen walking the wrong way, a wall breaker's not working, whatever it might be. And to be able to adjust on the fly and completely change your strategy is a thing that it's not easy to do, and a lot of people mess it up, including myself. So when it does happen in a miraculous way and the raid is salvaged and all that, I just feel like it's worth taking that extra time to go through it and demonstrate it, really. So that hence this series and hence this video that I'm doing now. And the raid was done by Pann. So obviously it was a 3-star. Now this is the raid. This is the attack choice. So it was a go-over-home. His plan was to start the queen walk at 3 o'clock by the wizard tower, and to walk her up to 12 o'clock to take down the enemy queen, take down all the buildings en route, send in the kill squad, the king and the Valkyries in through I think 4:30, and they would go into the core, start taking the base down, and then to basically surgical hog the rest of the base. That was his plan. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you the plan that he drew, because a lot of our members use Sketch to try and get map it out so it's easier, where we draw all the bits on ourselves and just try and it just helps with planning, particularly if it's a cleanup attack and you can mark on where you think the giant, or if it's not a cleanup attack you can mark on the giant bombs or where you think they are, the Teslas, that sort of thing. So you can see where he's planning to drop the archer queen on the wizard tower, or next to it, next to the barracks, and then use a couple of wizards, which are the white X's down sort of 3:30, just to funnel so she goes towards 12 o'clock. And then you can see where he's planning to press put the rage spell. Then the red line, I believe, is the king drop. The orange line, the Valkyries. But you can see another couple of X's here, with hogs as well. To the X's of wizards down at the bottom, with a couple of hogs, probably to tank for the wizards, so he can get the funnel proper. And then send his king and Valkyries in, and jump over straight into the core, get them doing their thing, and then you can see the rest is surgical hogs with a giant is the little white X over here. So that was his plan. You can see he's got his heal spot there as well. I think the other heal spell would probably be used on the fly, so when he felt like he needed it, depending on where how his hogs were dying or not dying. So I think this, it's one of those raids where I'm gonna play it and show you what happens. So there was the plan. Look, queen walk from 3 to 12, go over ho through 4:30 with funnel and a couple of hogs in there, and then to surgical the rest of the base. So let's go into the attack now and see how it actually went down. Bear with me while we load back in. Here we go, and it was number 10. So I'm just gonna hit play now. We're gonna see the raid. So according to the plan, start the queen on the barracks, remember, which she's there, look. You'll get the healers on her in a second. Couple of wizards down to funnel should be. There's one. Actually, we wanted to use one wizard, but I think he slightly misplaced it. Watch the way it moves, because it runs all the way forwards and then across, so it didn't target the elixir pump next to it. I think maybe that's slight misplacement on the wizard there. But then what happens is the queen starts moving through. She's taking down the building, she's taking down the elixir pump, and clearly what Pann thinks the queen's going to do is take down the wizard tower, then go pull over to the army camp, which would be the natural thing to do. What she actually ends up doing, as you can see, is punching through the wall. So at this point he's like, oh no. I would definitely be, oh no. Because it's like, well, what do you do? Suddenly, your whole plan's falling apart because your queen's walk's not going to happen. You're not going to get the queen kill. So he drops the golem, and then I think he thinks, okay, I need to drop the Valkyries and the Barb King in so that they can start heading in, and he can at least use a jump spell to go and get the queen down. Drops the king. The king goes for a walk as well, which is ridiculous. drops the, and now you can see it's all going a little bit crazy. Valkyrie's using the heal, Rage to help the king, the queen, and the healers to keep them going. The king is running around the outside, so it's all gone completely pear-shaped straight from the off, really. So now, I think, are the Valkyries still alive, or are they one maybe, but that's going to die soon. So then he starts to surgical hog the rest of the base, and let's see how it goes down, because at this point, it's looking really risky. All the defences at 430 are still up. The Valkyries have all died early. The King's walked around the outside of the base being absolutely useless, and the Hog Riders are fizzling out quickly, shall we say. I think it's going to come down to a really clutch heal spell here, look. Keeping the Hogs alive to take down the Expo. The Queen's actually moved into a better position, and she's taken down the other defences. And he says a couple of clutch Hogs for the final Arch Tower as well. And yeah, poison down to help kill those skellies, but they've all gone down now. The poison did finish off the skeletons, but look what's happening. You've got your queen hitting a wall, the king running around the outside, which has actually turned out and helped him, but he would have had wizard funnels anyway. But the thing I liked about it is the fact he didn't panic too much. I'd have been crapping myself. But the fact that he decided to send the golem, the king, and the Valks all in the one angle, because the queen was going in. He thought he wanted to protect her, because protecting the queen when you've invested so much into healers, so much troop space, is essential. And the queen's actually come in huge value here, because she's staying alive, which is key. And the king's got some healers on her as well. Clutch Wizard down the bottom there, and what it actually, I think this came down to the final couple of seconds on the actual raid itself, and that was the Wizard taking down the Dark Barracks up there. I missed a spot as well where he decided to wall break her in. See the wall over here? He decided to wall break that in, and that let the Wizard go in to get the Dark Storage, so he just about got the 3. I'm going to show it one more time. I'll zoom out, I'll play it in ×2 speed so we can have a look. So yeah, at the point where he decided not to go in at 430 and funnel in his funnel in the king and the Valkyries, that was the massive raid change, because it just meant that the whole raid, the dynamics shifted. And when the queen's hitting the wall here, it's just that moment where, why didn't she go to the army camp? It's so hard to judge sometimes. There's got to be some maths to it of a certain amount of tiles. But the queen stayed alive in the king kill. The Valkyrie's going in there to help. Kept her alive just about. I think the CC were the big part in helping the Valkyries die so quickly. And the fact that they had to then deal with the queen and the Expos. The Hogs to go in and help. I'm sorry about the Wi-Fi emblem, by the way. But you can see here, look. Hogs ended up fizzing out quickly because there was just not enough of the base taken down. Caught a giant bomb there as well, which is frustrating. Springs going everywhere. Heal spell down. I think he maybe could have, as soon as he saw that, could have got the poison spell down maybe a little bit sooner. That might have helped him a little bit. But you'll see in a minute where the wizard goes down. Right at the top there. Let's zoom in. He starts taking down the storage, and soon he's going to take the decision to use those final wall breakers, or a couple of them at least, on the wall next to the wizard, just to help him go in. There they go, look. Wall breakers in. They're going to go and let that wizard in that gets to that storage, which ends up getting him, saving him those final few seconds, getting him the 3-star. So, all in all, it's it's very well played by Pann. Nice plan to begin with. Unfortunately, the queen decided to try and screw you over, but you muscled through and didn't let it happen. So fair play, Pann. I've massive respect. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts. Obviously, it was versus the One Hive War as well. You've seen the score. But anyway, hope you enjoyed. Peace.